What's up, geniuses? My name is Adrian Rivera and welcome back to the channel where you learn to show your genius. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use FL Studio for beginners. But before we get into the video, I gotta tell you guys something. Welcome back to my wall! First things first, let's check if I have a silver play button yet. What? What are my glasses doing here?
Yes, sir.
If you want to help me out and fill this wall with a silver play button, please subscribe. This wall has been blank for a while now, and the only way to complete it is with the silver play button. So help me out, be a part of this wall, and subscribe. I don't want my glasses to be here for too long. Now this video, including a couple others that I'm going to be posting in the future, are all part of a course that I was going to make, but I ended up scrapping the idea. I started this back in 2018 and only got 5 videos done, so it's not a super long course, and I'm not even planning on finishing it. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the videos to YouTube. I'm going to take this off real quick. So bear in mind, these videos were made back in 2018. I sound a little bit different. FL Studio might look a little bit different, but overall it's going to be the same thing, and you newcomers are still going to understand how to use FL Studio through these videos. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about FL Studio's interface, so I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on how to use it. But before we get into the video, I got to talk about our sponsors. Me! I'm sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to check out any beats, go to the link in the description, adrianrivera.com. I post all of my super high quality beats on my beat store, so if you're looking for any high quality beats to rap or sing over that are at a decent price and that also give you the most freedom when making your songs, check out adrianrivera.com. Also click the eye icon up here. It'll take you to a video that talks more about my beats so you guys can get a better understanding and why these beats are so great. But without further ado, let's finally get into the video. Welcome to Chapter 1, Lesson 1, Interface Overview. I am super excited to teach this first lesson to you guys, and I hope you are just as excited to learn this. We're going to be keeping this super simple. All we're doing is learning the basic interface of FL Studio so you guys can get a little bit familiar, just in case you're completely brand new, or just to help you out a little bit if you don't know everything about the interface. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to the top left corner of FL Studio. Now what this is the menu panel. The menu panel has all these different tabs that give you different functionalities, but with any program, you have your basic file tab where you can open a new project or you can open a project from a template that FL Studio allows you to have. And the template I usually use is this empty template because it's the simplest template to work with. Next you have open, which allows you to open up recent projects. Then you have the save button, the save as button, save new version, so if you want to have an alternate project file of what you're working on. Next you have import MIDI files, export to all these different file types, and all of the recent projects that you've recently worked on. And if you're new to FL Studio, you more than likely won't have anything over here. Next we have the edit tab that allows you to undo, redo, cut, copy, and paste. After that, you have the add tab that allows you to add in plugins to your song. However, I'll be going over plugins and VSTs in the near future, so don't worry about any of this right now. It'll make sense soon. Next, you have the patterns tab, and just like the add tab, you won't understand this that much, but trust me, in a little bit you will. Next you have the view tab, and it just allows you to configure how FL Studio looks like. So if you want to bring up the piano roll, you click that, and if you want to take out the piano roll, you'll click it again. And just for the sake of keeping things simple, I'm going to take out the playlist as well. You also have layout options and browser options, which is this little tab right here, but I'll be getting to the browser soon enough. Next you have some options over here. You have the MIDI settings, audio settings, general settings, file settings, and a bunch of other things that you're probably not going to need to worry about. Over here you have the tools, another tab you're probably not going to be using that much, and the help tab that just helps you locate things in FL Studio or better understand things that you don't already know. Next, under the menu panel, we have the hint panel. And basically what the hint panel does is it displays anything that your cursor is hovering over. So if we hover our mouse over the play button, it says play/pause on the hint panel, and right above it tells you the name of the project that we're working on. You can also have a hint bar at the bottom by right clicking and clicking hint bar, and it'll put that right there. I'm just going to turn that off. Next we have the volume panel, and this is the overall master volume of the project, but you're probably not going to want to mess around with this because we have a mixer that'll do this for us. And I'll explain the mixer in the future, but right now, just trust me. Next we have the master pitch, and this changes the overall pitch of the song. Again, something you're probably not going to want to mess around with, so we're just going to right click and click reset. Next we have the position panel that gives you your play, pause, stop, record, and your song and pattern mode, which you're going to understand in the near future. And this little knob right here is the song position, and you could scrub through your song using this. We also have the tempo, or BPM, which means beats per minute, and this is how fast your song plays. So if we were to increase the beats per minute, your song would play even faster. And with that being said, that brings me to the toolbar. These first couple buttons you can just skim over. You're probably not going to end up using these at all. Just keep everything as it is. The only thing you're probably going to be using is the metronome, which is this little box right here. Now the metronome clicks according to your tempo. So to give you an example, if we have a tempo that's 180 and we click play, And if we bring this down to 140 and click play again, you can see the metronome plays with the tempo. Next over here, we have the time panel, and this just tells us the position we are at in the song. Right now we have it set to minutes and seconds, but if you want to change this to measures or bars, you can right click and click that. And if yours is already set to bars and measures, you can right click and click minutes and seconds. I usually like keeping it minutes and seconds because it's the easiest for me to read, but you use whatever you prefer. Next we have the main snap, which if I bring up the playlist, means how your song is divided. Right now we have it divided by line, but we can divide it by beat or by bar or by step, but I'm gonna keep it at line. You can set it to whatever you want. Next we have the pattern selector, and like I said, patterns are gonna be making sense in the near future, so right now just ignore this. Up here we have the monitor, and this just shows you a sound wave of your song as you play it. So if we turn on the metronome and click play, you can see it right here. You can also right click and change it to spectrogram, and that just gives you a different view of the sound. Next we have the peak meter, and this just shows you how loud your song is. After that we have the CPU load history, the memory usage, and the amount of voices being processed. After that we have some extra hotkeys and shortcuts like one-click audio recording or undo and save as that you can use at your discretion. Next we have the view playlist button, the view piano roll button, the view channel rack button, the view mixer button, the view browser button, the open project button, the open plugin button, the tempo tapper, the view touch control, and the launch content library. But for the most part, you're only going to be using the view playlist, view piano roll, view channel rack, view mixer, and the tempo tapper. Now really quickly, what the tempo tapper is it allows you to tap this little button right here, and depending on how fast you tap it, FL Studio will automatically calculate a tempo based on how fast you're tapping. So the faster you tap, the faster the tempo, and the slower you tap, the slower the tempo. You'll see me use these buttons later on in this course, so don't worry. You'll understand these soon. Next, over here, we have some updates by ImageLine. So if you want to keep up with what ImageLine is doing, here's a little easy online content and events panel. And last but not least, we have the browser on the left side. And this just allows you to see all the different things you could browse through, like your history, or your projects, or your plugins. But the thing you're going to be using this most for is sound packs and samples, which I'll be teaching you in lesson 2.